What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great hump day. That's right, it's Wednesday, and usually we'd be going over the initial injury report, but that's right, we're in the playoffs. That's right, playoffs, baby. And the Eagles earned themselves a first round bye. So we're going to be sitting back, relaxing, watching some football this week. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Take a look at both AFC and NFC playoff brackets. And then I'm going to give you my predictions for both the NFC and AFC. So I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this later. I would love to hear your comments down below. What are your predictions for this wild card round? You can give me your predictions for the whole damn thing if you'd like. We're going to talk about whatever you would like, but I'm going to jump right into this. Appreciate each and every one of you taking the time. But let's go. We're going to start off with these playoff brackets. And, obviously, there's a new format here, 7 teams making it from each conference. So 14 playoff teams. One team getting a bye, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. And then in the AFC, you have the Kansas City Chiefs. So 3 matchups coming up this weekend and Monday, 1 game. So we'll have things set after Monday. We'll see how these games will set up for the Eagles the next week. But we're going to talk about how things are shaking up. And just in case you have any questions as to how things work, let's take a look at the NFC first here. So you see with the Eagles, they automatically go on to the divisional round there, and they will face the winning team with the lowest seed. So whoever has the lowest number there and wins will face the Eagles. So we've got the 49ers versus Seahawks, Vikings versus Giants, Buccaneers versus Cowboys. So if the Seahawks, Giants, or Cowboys were to win in that order, they would play the Eagles. So we'll see if any upsets happen. If not, if it's, the divisional winners that get the wins, then it would be the Buccaneers facing the Eagles. So we're going to talk about my predictions here in a second, but let's also take a look at the AFC here, where you see the Chiefs, they get this bye here. And once again, they will face the team that wins with the lowest seed. So you've got the Bills versus the Dolphins, Bengals versus Ravens, and Jaguars versus Chargers. So whoever has that lowest seed out of these guys will face that Chiefs team. So that is the brackets for the NFL playoffs wild card round. And I will keep these filled out throughout these playoffs and continue to give you my predictions on these things. But again, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Who do you have winning it all? Who do you have winning these games? Whatever you want to let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Always down to talk some birds. But even if you're a fan of someone else, man, I would love to hear your predictions. I know that, making shows like this will definitely have other fans watching. So love to hear your thoughts. But I'm going to jump right into this. And we're going to start off with the NFC. So we're going to take a look one more time at these brackets so you can see the 3 games that I will be talking about here and giving my prediction on. So you got 49ers and the Seahawks, Vikings, Giants, Buccaneers, and Cowboys. So up first, we'll just go from the top to the bottom. So we'll start off 49ers and Seahawks. And to me, this is actually a closer game than I think people are giving credit to. Now, the Seahawks, Geno Smith, what a great story. His comeback doing great. They've got a really, really nice young running back in Kenneth Walker. Some real nice young pieces on defense, especially Tariq Woolen there. So, look, they're a very fun team. And I know the same can be said for the 49ers. Brock Purdy coming out here looking great. They've got some amazing weapons there, and Christian McCaffrey and, what is his name? Brandon Ayuk stepping in when Deebo Samuel was hurt. Just goes to show you've got Kittle as well. So they've got some really talented guys. And this was tough for me, man. I almost went with the Seahawks here. I definitely think they actually could pull off the upset here. But in the end, I went with a team that I feel has a much, 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 much better defense, the number 1 defense overall this year. So look, to me, I think that, it's going to be a real close game. So take whatever the spread is. But I have the 49ers coming out on top. Now, the next game, the Minnesota Vikings versus the New York Giants. This game was just played a couple weeks ago. You remember, nail biter right at the end there, 60-some yarder that Greg Joseph had hit there to beat the Giants. And look, it was definitely much closer than I ever expected it to be. But in my opinion, if the Vikings aren't making stupid mistakes, but this is prime time, so we'll see what Kirk Cousins does here. But I think that they're a better team. Justin Jefferson, you should be able to smoke them. I think they have a better defense. It just, in my opinion, I think, it will be a close game. I think the Giants could definitely beat them. They have shown, whatever it was, week 16 or whatever. I think that they could definitely go out here and pull off an upset, but when you've got Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson on your roster, and I think Irv Smith's coming back, so you add him into the mix with TJ Hawkinson they've got there now. So got a lot of playmakers. And look, the Giants got guys too. But for me, I think Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, they're both kind of so we'll see, man. I'm just going with the Vikings, but that game will be played on Sunday at 4:30. And the first game we talked about was Seahawks and Niners. That'll actually be Saturday at 4:30. So the first one was Saturday at 4:30. This one is Sunday at 4:30. And then the last game in the NFC, probably going to be one of these teams that we are facing, Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. And I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night, 8:15. That's going to be a great game. And, Tom Brady has never lost to the Cowboys, 6-0. That's great. Fine and dandy. That doesn't mean anything. He could definitely lose now. But to me, Dak Prescott has been showing his struggles, leading the league in interceptions while missing 5 games. That is atrocious. And, this Buccaneers defense has shown, they can be stingy and they can shut down the run. That's one thing they're really good at. Not the greatest secondary, but if you can make them one-dimensional, put the game into Dak, Prescott's hands, I think that could spell trouble for the Dallas Cowboys. And Tom Brady, man, I think he could pick apart that defense. They are first in allowing sacks. They are not giving much up, and that's with a lot of injuries there. So very impressive by the Buccaneers. And, the Cowboys, I think a little overrated there on defense, but they've got a good pass rush. I think if they can hold them, I think Tom Brady will pick that defense apart, and the Cowboys will once again be one and done, sending them on home there, ladies and gentlemen. So let's take a look back again at this NFC playoff bracket. So I had all of the divisional winners winning there. So I had the Niners, Vikings, and Bucks all pulling off wins. If that were to happen, it would be the Eagles versus Bucks, and then it would be the 49ers versus the Vikings. So that would be, man, that would be fun because I would love to get revenge on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. I actually prefer that. So let's go out, beat their ass. And, oh, man, whoever it is, I don't care. But, man, that would be perfect. And I would love to see Tom Brady's career ended after that. But, look, he'll probably come back, play for the Raiders, the Dolphins, something crazy. But either way, if we can beat him, it was beautiful being able to beat him in the Super Bowl, getting that revenge after 13 years. I would love for Jalen Hurts to get that revenge. But either way, we'll see what happens. Vikings-Niners, though, would be an intriguing matchup. Yeah, I could go either way, but I think the Vikings could pull off an upset there. I don't think Brock Purdy is as great as everyone thinks. System quarterback. So for me, it could definitely be the Eagles and the Vikings meeting up in the conference championship, or the Niners, and whoever it would be. I think the Eagles can house any of these teams. So for me, I still predict that the Eagles will make it to the Super Bowl. We will see how these playoffs go. We'll see how this first round goes, but you saw my predictions there. Niners, Vikings, and Bucks pulling off the wins this weekend and Monday. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What are your predictions for those games? What are your predictions for the NFC? Whatever's on your mind, let me hear it. Liz in the chat. Let's go. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you taking the time, tuning in. Love to hear your thoughts on this. I am excited. I'm also very excited. I get to just relax and watch some football, not have to have a heart attack, put together 30 shows, and finally just sit back, watch the Eagles' upcoming opponents. Oh, boy. And then I can't wait for the playoff editions of Behind Enemy Lines, the top matchups, all of it. It's going to be very exciting. The next few weeks here, month and a half, whatever it needs to be, until February 12th. Let's go. But I would love to get some revenge on him. So, and I would love to see the Cowboys lose. So that's just win-win right there. You get Tom Brady beating the Cowboys. We get to laugh our asses off at them. We told you, one and done. Yeah, we'll hear you next year. Is our year? Sure it is. Tom Brady, come get some. I would love to see him out here in the cold. You thought you were moving to Florida, getting away from New England in that cold. Nope, ain't happening. Come on down and get your ass kicked, because you know those Philly fans will be brutal. Brutal. And they beat us twice last year, actually. So I want to go whoop that ass. That's what I'm all about here. And I think we could get it done while Jalen Hurts doesn't have a high ankle sprain. And we've got a much, much better team. So we'll see how it goes. We can watch it, not stress, is probably my favorite part about it. I'll be honest with you, because holy hell, this season, was great. But last few weeks, it's like, and it's not even really the team, it's the media and half the other stuff you see. It's just like, oh my God, yeah, sure. Whatever, dude. Wait till we get our MVP quarterback back. Wait till we get our, Super Bowl. I bet he's going to be the Super Bowl MVP. I can see it now. Watch. CJ Gardner-Johnson. This dude is the man. And I think he's pissed. He was not allowed to be on the Pro Bowl. You can't vote for him. He was hurt, even though a bunch of hurt guys are on the Pro Bowl. But I think that this dude, he is tied for the league lead with 6 interceptions, but he missed 5 games. So if he were here, so he's back. Wait till Lane comes back. Hopefully stays healthy. Then you've got Avonte Maddox. Maybe he'll be able to come back. Josh Sweat definitely sounds like he'll be back for the divisional round. So a lot of excitement here. I'm ready to rock and roll. But let's rock and roll some more by moving along to this AFC predictions here. And for me, this is a lot of injuries here. So maybe not any games I really want to bet on or anything. Unless I'm betting on some of these teams to whoop some ass here. So let's talk about the AFC predictions, but let's take a look, just in case you forgot here, at these AFC brackets here. Take a look at the games we will be watching this weekend. So you see the Buffalo Bills will be playing the Miami Dolphins. And, unfortunately, Tua Tagovailoa, with them doing all that crap, not keeping him safe. There's a lot to be said about that, but the kid's going to be out again. That's really unfortunate. It was great to see them doing well, but they snuck in there. That's a great story and everything, but I'll be real with you. Without Tua, they're going to get their asses kicked. I think the Bills would beat him anyway. It'd be a great matchup, but Skylar Thompson or whatever down there. Yeah. I think the Bills, once the Dolphins come into their house, they're going to get smoked. I really think that defense is going to struggle to stop that offense. And the Bills got a pretty good defense there. So I think that the young quarterback's going to have his struggles, and I think the Bills will walk away handily there. So in my opinion, I've got the Bills beating the Dolphins, but you let me know how you feel. Do you see an upset here? Let me know your thoughts on that one, but I'm going with a definite win there for the Bills. Now, when you talk about the Bengals versus the Ravens, this is another one with an injured quarterback. Lamar Jackson did not practice today. Sounds like he may miss this game. Sorry, the last game is Sunday at 1, the Bills Dolphins, and then this one is Sunday at 8:15. This will be the night game. So you'll have the Bengals versus the Ravens, and I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, those guys are pretty damn good. Their defense is actually pretty good this year too. So I think they go in there and into their house and whoop some ass against the Ravens. And without Lamar Jackson, that's a definite win for me. But look, maybe he surprises everyone, comes back and pulls off a little miracle. Nah, I don't know, but I'm going with the Bengals on that one. Now, I didn't go with every divisional winner here. I actually picked one of the 5 seeds here to win, and I've got the Chargers over the Jaguars. And earlier in the year, they played, and the Jaguars beat the living hell out of them. So this one was tough for me. Looking at the last few weeks, how both of these teams have played, and the Chargers defense has really been stepping it up. And honestly, so has the Jaguars. But man, I think that it's going to be great to watch Justin Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence in both of their first playoff games. I think Herbert's the better quarterback, but both great pocket quarterbacks, cannons, laser arms. Those dudes are really fun to watch. So that's going to be a really fun matchup. But again, Dougie P, man, he beat them earlier in the year. They got that great story going on, got into the playoffs. So maybe they ride that wave and go beat the Chargers. This and the Seahawks one was really tough for me. Same with the Vikings. I thought, but look, I'm going with Justin Herbert here. I feel that, Austin Eckler can do some work in, the air as well, because in the ground game, the Jaguars are pretty decent against the run. I think they could still, the last few weeks have shown Eckler could do some work there. But Travis Etienne, he could definitely do some work on that Chargers run defense. So, man, that's going to be a really fun matchup to watch, actually. So I'm definitely going to be tuning into that one. It was really hard for me to choose this one. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you guys have going on with this one. But this is another one of those Saturday games. This one will be at 8:15. So that was 2 Saturday games. That's the Seahawks and the Niners. Then you'll see the Chargers and Jags. Then on Sunday, you have the Dolphins and Bills at 1, Giants and Vikes at 4:30, and then you have the Ravens Bengals at 8:15, and then it's finished off on Monday with the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. But that's all I've got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to keep you up to date with those NFL playoff brackets. I will do that throughout the playoffs and give you my predictions before these things go down. And wanted to give you a chance, to have a video to, comment on and let me know. And we could talk throughout the playoffs how you guys think this is going. So we shall see. We've got Dolphins going to the divisional round. Man, that would be crazy to see that upset. Whoever were to pull it off, if anyone gets that upset, I have the Chargers doing that. So it would be the Chiefs versus the Chargers, and then Bengals versus Bills. Bengals-Bills would be a great matchup to watch. Obviously last time, a very unfortunate accident, but that'd be really nuts to see. I think the Chiefs could definitely smoke the Chargers. Be fun to watch. Herbert, Mahomes part 3 this year. But I think that, the Chiefs, for me, man, I like the Bengals. I like the Bills, and it's really hard to pick out of all those teams. So for me, the Chiefs, obviously with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, it's kind of hard to dethrone them. So right now, in my mind, it's still Chiefs-Eagles, but those Bills, man, Josh Allen's really fun to watch. And then you look at Joe Burrow and the Bengals. So really tough to pick those ones. Hey, it's any given Saturday, Sunday, or Monday here this weekend. So they could definitely pull it off. Skylar Thompson is definitely not better than Trevor Lawrence, but he's definitely been good. Oh God, trolls. I love the Cartman, Jeff. I should have known what was coming from the children in the chat, but appreciate you taking your time and giving it to me, helping me grow this channel. Truly appreciate you, and appreciate everyone else tuning in. Liz, I appreciate you, and Drew and Nina and anybody else who will be watching later. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can always subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on. But if you have anything else you want to talk about, you want to talk about the birds, you want to talk about life, whatever it is, I always tell you guys, please feel free to reach out. Would love to, do whatever I can for you, because I truly appreciate everything you guys do for me. So thank you for taking the time tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. We do have some practice walkthrough stuff going on, so I'll give you the injury reports, keep you up to date with everything going on there. But I truly thank each and every one of you. And look, I hope to see you all tomorrow. I'll continue to talk about some things, but I'm enjoying this bye right now. We'll talk throughout the weekend. But if you guys, again, need anything, please feel free to reach out. You want to talk about the playoffs, comment down below or go check out any of the other videos. Let me know your thoughts. But let's get excited, because the Eagles have themselves a nice little bye to rest up, and then we'll be whooping some ass next week. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!